because he's good at surviving. He's good at, regardless of what's happening, he keeps getting knocked down and keeps getting back up. I also call this my Cool Hand Luke card for that reason. It can be, there can be in this card a feeling of like paranoia or weariness, or like how much more do I have to endure? So it can be a little bit on the defensive side of like looking around, waiting for the next wave to hit you. But it really does show endurance and fortitude and not giving up. It shows a lot of stamina. And it's got like the Gloria Gaynor archetype of that song of I Will Survive. And it also reminds me of this Beckett quote, which says, ever tried, ever failed, never mind, try again, fail better. So it's kind of just saying like, keep going, keep, regardless, in Rider Waite, he's got like a bandage around his head and he's wounded. So it says, even though you keep getting struck down and even though you keep getting knocked down by things, you have this power of resilience, of endurance, and survivorship that's available to you at the middle of the month. So you're getting through it. Even if there's something that keeps knocking you down, you're getting through it, Virgo. Here, it also at the beginning of the month, there's something to do with, King of Swords is usually the guy who is the master of the truth. Swords represent the mental element. So it represents ideas, thoughts, logic, analysis, and because he's a king, he's a master of those things. He is showing up, and he's usually someone who's of good counsel, a good advisor, someone who makes good decisions. Sometimes I'll call this my King Solomon card because he was the king who had the sword that was challenged with, a baby, and he said, okay, well, let's cut it in half, and then the real mother stepped forward. So in some ways he represents that knowledgeable expertise. He's got these oak leaves, which represent this flourishing of knowledge, and so he's usually a good advisor. It represents making good decisions, good judgment. That's showing up for you at the beginning of August. Sometimes too, this can represent an air sign. So this could be Gemini, someone who's a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But what's surrounding this King of Swords, even though there's good judgment, solid decision making, an alignment with the truth, there's some way in which there is a misrepresentation of the truth here. This is truth itself. You can see actually echoing in this card, this sword that King of Swords holds is really this sword here. This is Ace of Swords, which is the truth itself. He's in alignment with the truth. He holds the truth in his hand. He uses the truth to make his decisions. But when this card, Ace of Swords, is in reverse, is saying that there is some lack of recognition of the truth. There is something that is not being acknowledged. There is some lack of clarity. There's lack of, there's a way in which this truth is being held at bay, or it's in shadow. It's not being acknowledged or recognized. So what I'm seeing for you, Virgo, is that even though you may have someone who's speaking the truth to you or saying true things, and it could be, by the way, someone who you're in a relationship with. This is the Lover's card. So if you're in a relationship, Virgo, especially with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, there may be some way in which you are surrounding, there's a resistance to acknowledging the truth, even if they're being as honest with you as they possibly can. This is showing the truth in reverse. This is showing the relationship in reverse. And this is showing them as showing up pretty honestly. They might actually be speaking to you about some of their faults or what they see needs to happen for compromise in the relationship. Or, they might be saying, yeah, this is just who I am, but you don't want to see it. That's what this truth card in the reverse and the relationship card in the reverse is telling me. So if you do have someone who is personifying this King of Swords archetype, someone who is knowledgeable, someone who is honest, someone who is good at decision making or logical. Sometimes they can be very forthright and cutting. They can just say, this is how it is. Look at the facts. Um, there may be a way, Virgo, in which you have that showing up for you, but there's resistance. There's wanting to keep it under the surface. It's wanting to not acknowledge it. It's all those things that keep the truth about the relationship upside down for you, or inaccessible for you. It's trying to come out, and this person is actually trying to say it. So try to listen to the wise counselor or the partner, or the king is usually a partner to the queen. So whether you're the queen or the king here in this situation, the king has some things that are being shared that are honest and true. He's in alignment with the truth. Someone is not recognizing. This could be like a false rumor that he's addressing, or this could be like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Even though you're saying true things, I'm trying not to hear that, is what Ace of Swords in the reverse position says. So try to be open to what this either air sign or King of Swords person has to say at the beginning of the month, Virgo. They're going to have some insight, some knowledge, some wisdom, some truth, some clarity, even just some honesty for you. And it may help you correct anything in the relationship that is out of sorts. So that's the beginning of the month for you, Virgo. The middle of the month is going to transition into decision making about money. There is a way when Four of Coins shows up that there is a focus on holding on to the money that you have. Four of Coins is a card, it's the Midas card, and it's a card of stability in money, but it's a card that wants to maintain the status quo in terms of money, possessions, and assets. And it can often be represented as wanting to cling on to things out of fear. And it's like, I want to hold on to everything I have because there's not enough. And I'll point out in this card that Four of Coins blocks his heart. Money's on his mind, money's on his heart. He's holding the money with both his hands and both his fists. He's kind of immobilizing himself because he's trying to hold on to everything he has and maintain the status quo. What I want to point out to you is that there is this new money coming in. Ace of Coins is new money that's available to you if you should choose to receive it. It's a new garden. It's a new lifestyle. It's like the universe is handing you this new thing. But you'll see that when you are in Four of Coins energy, you don't have a hand or a foot to be able to receive the new money. You kind of have to open yourself up to receive what's new. You could have 5 coins coming to you, but you're so clinging on to the 4 coins, what is, and in fear, that you can't open up to receive the new that the world wants to hand to you. And that's what this Ace of Coins in reverse is about. I'm getting the sense that it may have to do with old baggage, Virgo. See this Ace of Coins and Ace of Swords both in reverse. Aces are new beginnings. Aces are opportunities, and you've got another one down here. Aces are opportunities for a new chapter, a new beginning, a new thing being handed to you. But when it's in the reverse position, there's some sort of fear or resistance or doubt that has to do, that kind of blocks the new energy from coming in. It's sort of like if a new sprout, a new seed is coming through, but you don't water it because you think, oh, that'll never grow for me. And that has to do with this old baggage of like, I'm just going to get knocked down again. It's just this cycle of, it almost reminds me of Sisyphus with like pushing the stone up the mountain and then back down. This is like grinding it out. I get pushed and then I get back up, and then I get pushed and then I get back up. That's what this Nine of Wands energy is about. And because these two are surrounding that, it's almost like saying, I don't believe in anything new. I don't believe any new truths can come to me. I don't believe any new money can come for me. I want to give you the opportunity to question that and to put yourself in a position to receive something new. This is a 9 card. That's an end of a cycle. So it means that you may not always have to be the survivor, the warrior. It means that you may not always have to endure things the way they have been. There's new insight, new clarity, new wisdom, new knowledge, new truth available to you. There's also new money, new possessions, new assets, new lifestyle that the universe wants to give to you. But the challenge for you, Virgo, is to loosen up this energy, because you won't be able to receive any of it if you're clinging too much to what you have. It reminds me of this card is very much like clenched fist energy. I'm trying to hold on to things as much as I can. Whereas sometimes if you loosen up and have trust and openness, this is an open palm is where you can receive things. And that's exactly where this Ace of Coins can land. That's exactly where this Ace of Swords can land. Aces are new beginnings. So you have to open yourself up, open your palm to receive these things. That's where these are coming in terms of resistance, in terms of they want to come in, but they are not being allowed. I want you to play in the middle of the month, especially with confronting your beliefs about having to hold on to things, having to have that clenched fist. Oh, I've got to hold on to my money as tight as I can. See if you can open it up. Maybe even experiment with, like, the antithesis of this card is like giving money away, like sharing. Try loosening up with that, because you might have new things coming in that you didn't expect. This card, in fact, is surrounded. If you look at it, this card is surrounded by all this ace energy. He is very fixed and blocked. These want to come in, but you're going to have to work with that. So that's an opportunity, Virgo, in the middle of the month. See if you can play with, oh gosh, do I have enough? I don't know if I have enough, therefore I've got to hold on to everything. See if you can say, I'm abundant, I can share. That's higher level coin energy. Four of Coins is sort of lower level, because it's based on fear and holding stuff. It is stable, but it's kind of like maintain the status quo. If you would like to open up to more, you have to breathe into this card and allow this ace energy, this new energy, to come in, because you have 3 aces. That's 3 of the 4 aces are showing up for you in August. You have opportunity for new insight, new money, new heart energy. It actually looks like you will be open to the heart energy at the end of the month, Virgo. This card is my cup runneth over. I'm overjoyed. I'm filled. Cups represent heart energy. So it's like my heart is filled. This dove of peace shows up. This lotus of enlightenment. It's like everything blooms and blossoms because your heart is open. It's a new igniting of the heart, because again, it's an ace card. So it's a new project. It's a new love. It's a new passion. It's new creativity. It's like when you have so much that your heart overflows to others, and you begin something new. So whatever fear, doubt, resistance you may have towards a new beginning here in the first part of the month, I do get the sense that at the end of the month, you will be open to it, and you will be able to push through this 4 of Coins holding on to everything. A way that you can get through that is through creative visualization, Virgo. This is 3 of Wands, and as you can see, he's kind of just looking out on his empire. He's waiting for his ship to come in. This is someone who may have traveled to a land, a new place, and everything is empty and barren. That may have to do with part of the fear here in the 4 of Coins. You know, like this is kind of like, this is what it is. This is how my life is. This guy has let go, and he's gone to a new land, and he's the visionary, and he's saying, oh, I want to create something new. I want to envision what my life can be, and therefore he's creative, therefore he is able to implement new things that come in. So I want to encourage you to work with this energy, 3 of Wands, which is also 3 of Fire, which is creative energy, it's dreaming, it's the visionary, it's creative visualization. You can look that up and work with that, because it's envisioning what you want to bring into your reality, into your existence. And I get the sense, too, that this is what turns things around, especially regarding the aces, so that your heart is full and open here. This is a lot of renewal here, and I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. But work, especially in the middle of the month, work with some creative visualization energy and practices to open things up. It's not really a great time for decision making in the middle of the month. This is Chariot, and Chariot's in reverse. Chariot accesses both the logical, analytical side of things as well as the more irrational, passionate, feeling side of things. So he's able to balance both the left brain and the right brain, and that's why he can make good decisions. He can make snap decisions, and he relies on his intuition, and that's how he gets through the race. So he's able to easily navigate between left, right. He has this intuitive knowledge of like, this is where I turn left, this is where I turn right, this is how I make decisions, and he accesses his intuition and crosses the finish line in a victorious manner because he's able to just focus on his goal, which is winning that race. With this in reverse, you're not accessing your intuition. You may not be accessing, you may not have confidence in the fact that you can cross a finish line, that you can meet your goals, that you will make the right choices along the way. There's some fear or doubt that's hampering this. And I will say again, you may want to listen to the good counsel. These are lining up, which is, good counselor, someone in alignment with the truth, King of Swords. Chariot in reverse is saying, you have this, you want victory, you want to accomplish this goal, but you're not accessing that intuitive side about your decision making. And then this is hope and opportunity, holding things open, and you're accepting yourself just as you are. You may want to rely upon the good counsel of this King of Swords person who's showing up. So I wouldn't go ahead, I wouldn't try to force things, Virgo, is what Chariot in reverse is telling me. You do have some opportunity to have victory and meet your goals because it is showing up for you. But in the reverse position, there's some doubt, fear, or resistance that you may need to get through in order to get to that. I'm going to say in the middle of the month, you're going to have to work through some of these fears. Fear of not enough money and fear about making the right choices. Just try to spend some time opening up and maybe, again, just working with creative visualization, working on dreaming about what you'd like to create. That's going to help you a lot, especially in the middle of the month, and relying upon this wise counsel that you're getting from someone who's being truthful and upright, even if it's difficult to hear. It's surrounded by cards in reverse. So there's some fear, recognizing truths. What about the relationship? Is it my partner telling me this about making decisions? See if you can open up to receiving these cards in the upright position and getting rid of whatever fear, resistance, or doubt may be related to truth, decision-making, or the relationship. Or just in regards to relationship in general. So then at the end of the month, if you have any questions about that too, feel free to put it down in the comments. I can address specifics down there if anyone has any questions about that. Towards the end of the month, here, this is 8 of Coins, and this is a very Virgo card. This is like the worker bee grinding out, products. He is sometimes considered the artisan card, working on work that he loves, whistling while he works, and just being creative and putting things out that create money. 8 of Coins is it's a great money card because it's like diligent work over time, and therefore you collect all the stuff to sell your wares. In the reverse position, even though you Virgos are so good at just sort of like grinding things out and like day to day having this duty, and you're great workers generally, this might be saying there's a little dissatisfaction with your work. Whereas there was something that you may have loved before and you were just happy to work. This is saying, I don't want to go to that workbench. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm having trouble accessing that fun side of work, or that satisfaction, or the work is not producing what it has in the past. But guess what? You have this new love, this new passion, this new project that is coming to you. This is breaking your heart open. So, and this is joyousness. So it may not be in this old line of work. You know, you might be feeling like, oh, I'm just dull and bored with what used to make me happy. It's no longer making me happy. If you can, you know, see if you can work through feeling like, oh, I've just got to keep grinding this out because I don't have enough money. There's something available to you. If you can push through that, if you can see that these aces are like, it's new. It wants to come in. Let me come in. It's a new realization, a new idea. Something's going to fill my heart full of joy, full of creativity, full of unbounded passion, unbounded, you know, love. There may be a new line of work, a new project that fills your heart. So I'd like you to concentrate on star, which is I'm enough just as I am. She's naked. She is self-accepting. She accepts her place in the universe, you know, within nature, and says, I am enough. I'm full of hope. I'm full of radiance. I don't need all this outer trappings. I don't even need clothes. I don't need a car. I don't need a cell phone. I don't need electronic gadgets or jewelry or any of these assets to say. She doesn't rely on possessions in the way that this guy does. She is complete within herself, and she's full of hope and that's where this natural radiance comes from. If you look at the stars, that's what this card is about. They just radiate in their own being. And so when she connects with that, she discovers and reawakens the fact that she is full of value, full of radiance, full of hope, just as she is. And it's a very balanced card. You can see she's kneeling on the ground here, so she's grounded, just like Virgo. You're an earth sign, so you're normally very connected with your groundedness. And then emotionally, she's pouring out this water of emotion. So she's got this balance between the earth and water, which is groundedness and the emotional world. So I'm going to offer you to see how is it that you, just as you are, with no extra stuff, just completely stripped down, how is it that you can begin something new that fills your heart, that receive this thing that wants to like make your heart full and fill you with joy, fill you with a new opportunity, a new love, a new passion? See if you can work with these two cards, Virgo. They're really going to open you up. And it may mean moving on from something that you feel like, oh God, this is just drudgery. I'm just grinding this out. I used to like whistle while I worked and used to be happy about this. Used to be happy with the money it provided me, but now I'm not so sure. Now it feels like drudgery. See if you can work with these, because that's new. It's funny, actually, as I was saying that, I was just scratching my palm, which means usually a symbol, again, of new money coming in. Don't resist it. Put yourself in the position to receive it, because that's really what's coming for you, Virgo. If you can get past holding things so tightly. Like, I think there's an image I've seen of where if you have like butter in your hand, you squeeze it so hard, everything pours out, and it's harder to hold on to it. If you have an open palm, you can receive a lot more. So work with that, Virgo. You've got 3 aces, triple new energy wanting to come in. See if you can open yourself up to receive it. This is really going to help you. And this card, 9 of Cups, is satisfaction, wish fulfillment. It's in the reverse, though. So again, it's saying, I don't know if my wishes can be fulfilled. There's some sort of doubt or resistance about receiving. This guy is he's just eaten a huge meal. He's opened a bottle of wine. He's got this huge wine cellar behind him. It's satisfaction, wish fulfillment. It wants to show up for you. Don't resist it. See if you can work with the things and release. Both of these are 9 cards. 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups. That's old stories, old baggage, it's a completing cycle. So let go of that if you can. Let go of belief of that it has to always be the same way. You're always going to get knocked down, get back up. How long do I have to endure this? How long do I have to survive this? And, you know, wish fulfillment can't be for me. I can't. There's no way I'm going to be satisfied. There's no way my dreams are going to come true. That's what beginning and the end, the bookends of August are about for you. So I want to invite you again. I'm getting that itchy palm. Invite you to break open, see if you can let go of fear of holding on to everything, receive new money. Doesn't have to be the same old grind. Here's 3 aces that want to come in. New money, new love, new heart, new passion, new joy, new project, new information, new knowledge, and new truth.